and welcome to the West Point Lake Update. I'm here at Amity Campground with two of our volunteers, Mr. Mike Burns and Mr. John Corbin. Thanks y'all for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How y'all doing this morning?
Great.
So I just have a couple questions for y'all. First, I want to know how long y'all have been volunteering for the Corps. We'll start with you, Mr. Mike.
I got here in the end of January.
Okay.
So I ain't been here very long.
Yeah, and that's not too long at all.
No.
So what about you?
2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So how did y'all hear about the Corps volunteer program?
I heard about it through a friend of mine who wanted to do it, but for some reason couldn't, and so I looked into it. And so started out with state parks.
Okay.
And then I saw West Point post a thing on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So I made the phone call and here I am.
Yeah, we're pretty, we stay on social media a lot, so
Yeah.
we try to post our updates all the time. So that's pretty cool that you heard about us through social media. What about you, John?
I found out I was up here camping. I camped up here for years, and after I retired, I was looking for something to do other than sit and be a couch potato.
Yeah, that's a good way to be
I
active.
looked into it the first year, and they didn't have any openings. So a year later, I called and was able to get in.
Okay, so when you camped here, were you camping at Amity or what?
Most of the time, Schaefer Herd.
Okay, cool.
I've camped all campgrounds, but that's the one I prefer.
Okay, cool. So do y'all have, what are your specific responsibilities with the volunteer program?
I do the back half of holiday, 61 through the rest of it. I don't know all the numbers. So I just clean up campsites over there and meet people.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's pretty busy in the summer. I'm sure there's a lot to do.
Yes.
Do you get to speak to visitors very often?
I do a lot. And I helped a camper yesterday remove a cottonmouth snake off his pad.
Oh,
so
that's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's so you don't just pick up trash. You get rid of animals too, and
yeah, you
safely.
never really know what you're going to get into at the campgrounds. So what about you, John?
I cleaned Schaefer Herd Park. It's 1 through 117.
Oh, you do 1 through 117? That's a lot to do.
And I'd basically just clean out the fire rings for the next campers and blow when necessary, because this time of year not much falls.
Right.
And I've made quite a few friends that are regular campers there, and some of them stay on the same site every time they're there.
Have you had anything interesting happen at the campground?
Yeah, we actually, some of the people were playing soccer, and their ball got away from them. Then I started playing with them a little bit.
Were they surprised when you started to come hang out with them? Okay, well that sounds pretty fun. Well, I mean, I guess that's keeping you active.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you wanted to volunteer.
That's why I wanted to volunteer.
Yeah. So, do y'all have any special memories with the volunteer program so far? Anything particular that you've had a good experience with?
Well, I haven't done a lot here yet as far as other events outside of just what my duties are, but I did the Take a Warrior fishing.
Yeah, I see your hat.
Yep, I enjoyed that a lot, and I hope to do that again next year. And I did the Georgia Welcome Center.
The tourism event?
The tourism event, and I like that, so I'm going to sign up.
Did you get to meet a lot of people that day?
I did. So.
Yeah, I bet there's people all over that came to the visitor center.
There was a whole bunch of people. The Warner Robins Air Force Museum was out there.
Okay.
That's a long ways for them guys to travel. So.
Yeah, that is.
So people came from a lot of different places in Georgia.
Did they have many questions about West Point Lake?
A lot of them did. Yeah, they want to know how big the lake was, because a lot of them live so far away.
Right.
They're not familiar with the lake. So we give them maps and brochures and.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Well, hopefully you were able to give some people some good information about the lake that day. So what about you, John? Have anything special?
A previous volunteer and I used to do Buddy Beaver.
Oh, yeah.
Dress up in the costume, go around for things. And one of the things I enjoyed doing is I always carry a lot of water safety brochures and stuff. And I like to, when I see a bunch of kids out there, I try to tell them a little bit about water safety and try to let them know that, you do need to be wearing your life jacket and stuff like that. And I give them little stickers and stuff like that, little frisbees.
Yeah, that's a good point. Our park rangers try to preach water safety as much as we can, but sometimes the volunteers interact with visitors more than we do. So that's a good chance to talk to people and tell them a little water safety information that they might not, get from the park rangers.
That's true.
That's good that you can do that.
That's good.
Well,
we have fun.
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank y'all for being on the show today.
Thank you.
And make sure that if you see the volunteers on the project, you speak to them, ask them how their day's going.
Say hi.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.